G'day guys, it's the Pinking here, and I'm back with another one of my AFL 2020 Premiership seasons, and this game in round 5 is Collingwood versus Port Adelaide. Don't know where I was going with that. It's a 7th versus 12th at the moment. I think that means it's a 2-2 record versus a 1-3 record. Exactly, yep. Bit of a foggy day at the MCG. Don't see why we don't just jump straight in. That Guernsey is better than what we're going to get, I guess. Alright, so Collingwood versus Port at the MCG. Both teams having a slower start to the season than they thought they would.
Temperature is cool here at the MCG.
Port Adelaide haven't actually won one of their games in this AFL Evolution 2 simulation. They won the first game in real life against Gold Coast, and their record's 1-3. They've lost all 3 of the games that I've simulated so far. Brad Ebert's 250th game. So yeah, like they just, I don't know. AFL Evolution 2 doesn't rate Port Adelaide, I guess. Dane Beam's also someone that's retired, so he probably shouldn't be in the game. Oh well, I'm not going to change any of the teams. I've left Alex Rance in there too long, I guess.
Port Adelaide kicking to the left of screen.
Port won the toss, they're going left of screen. Let's get going. Lycett and Grundy's finally taking a ruck tap.
And here's the bounce to begin the game.
I don't know who won that.
Gets a quick kick away. Good body.
Grundy ran straight from the ruck tap straight to that contest. He didn't mark it. Sam Powell-Pepper did, but good effort from him. Wide out, just outside 50. Jack Watts takes the mark, plays on and goes backwards 20 metres. Marked by Scott Pendlebury, so that's going to turn into a 70 metre kick backwards. And Collingwood have the ball now. Cox on the boundary, kicks inside 50, no mark. Was that Mason Cox? I think it was Mason Cox. Anyway, ball spills loose. It's in a dangerous area, but Port have the numbers and they get it out. Lycett goes to the wing, marked by Stephen Motlop. He has a player running forward, but he doesn't go to him. He goes to a pack mark with Grundy involved. That's silly. Collingwood get the ball now. Grundy goes forward, kicks it. It's not going to hit a target, and it goes out of bounds. So Grundy getting around the ball early. DeGoey comes off for Jamie Elliott. Lycett loses the ruck tap, but Port get to the ball first, and it's a push in the back called. So Port have the ball in their hands, kick across the 50 to Tom Rockcliffe. It was a dangerous kick, but it paid off. Robbie Gray gets some space between him and whoever's on him. I can't tell who it is. And he takes an easy mark. He kicks it into the middle of the ground where no one can grab the ball. It spills loose, and Scott Pendlebury lays a tackle, but it's too high. Travis Varco drops back into the spot and takes an uncontested mark and kicks back to Scott Pendlebury. So Collingwood getting some movement going. Kicks to the flank. No mark, and Tom Jonas picks up and gets tackled. So nothing really happening at the moment in this game. Just a whole lot of midfield battle. Anyway, runs. Oh, here's a score. Fucking lost it then. But yeah, Scott Pendlebury gets the hands off whoever that was. I think it was Tom Langdon, and manages to spray it, or just kick it straight, but just straight through the points. So Oh, it's Jake Piscini. Jake Piscini plays on from the kick in and finds Ollie Wines. We've got the first score of the match, by the way. I was alluding to it, but never actually said it. Tom Jonas loses the marking contest, but Port mop up. Kick long. Tom Rockcliffe can't grab onto it. He was the man that stuck out. And it looks like we're going for a throw-in. Ball up, I mean. Scott Penderbury comes off. Oh, Grundy's now rucking against Rosie, so expect Collingwood to start dominating the hit-outs if they weren't already. Throwing the ball against Braden Sear, so Port doing just enough to avoid the big danger and a major score, and that will be the end of the quarter. 16 seconds left by the time Grundy wins the tap. The siren goes, so 1 point scored in that quarter, and it's to Collingwood, so they lead Port by 1 point. Yeah, inside 50, 6-0.
Trying to play aggressively. It's where they turn it over, which doesn't make
disposals are 50-50. Possessions slightly Collingwood's way, and 4 hit-outs to none so far. So
Second term ready to get underway.
Port just haven't been able to take it forward
Grundy thumped it clear.
or deep into their forward line, so a bit disappointing there. It's tumbling forward, and just player after player picks up the ball, and it manages to eventually get a kick to Jordan Ngoe, and he'll line up from about 20 out to score the first goal of the game. And he does, straight through the middle. So Collingwood get the first goal of the game. It's early on in the quarter. It's the second quarter that it's kicked in.
It hasn't always been clean, but they've got the goal.
So
Hammers it.
I'm wondering how many goals are in this game. It's 1 goal to half time. I mean, to the second quarter, there was not a single goal kicked. So one goal so far in the whole game. And we're approaching halfway through the second quarter as a smothered kick from, I think it was Hartlett. Side bottom picks up the ball that he smothered and then boots it out of bounds on the full. So Port get the ball back, and once again it's in Collingwood's 50. Hamish Hartlett takes the mark and goes sideways. Travis Boak takes the mark. They still haven't taken it outside the 50. They finally attempt it, and Tom Cleary takes the mark. He goes wide on the wing, marked by Stephen Motlop. He goes down the line where Charlie Dixon takes the mark. He's a bit too far out to score, so he takes it inside 50. Finally, Port get it inside 50. Ollie Wines gets the ball, and he bangs it through for a goal. It's a 1 point ball game again. So maybe we might start seeing the wheels turning with both teams on the board now. We might just start seeing some
Port Adelaide
higher scoring.
they need to find a way to compete.
Rosie's still in ruck against Grundy, and it's not going to work out well. Grundy gets the hands out. I realise I never checked the major ball winners at quarter time. It's kicked and marked. So Collingwood kicking away from their defensive 50 now. Beams kicks to the wing and Treloar marks. He goes more central, but it's still on the wing. Picked up by, who's number 2? I can't remember. Oh, it's Power Pepper. He kicks into the 50. And Collingwood get the ball back. They're rebounding now. No one's stopping him, running straight through the middle of the ground. Now Port finally stop it, but the ball's loose in Collingwood's 50. Who gets the ball? I don't know who 13 is. Anyway, Jordan Ngoe picks up the ball and he kicks a goal, so he's got 2 for the match, and Collingwood back up by 7. They still haven't got Rosie out the ruck, but at least Grundy's not anymore. Kicked forward. No mark taken. Port have the numbers, but it's not fallen to one of them, and Travis Varco kicks another, so Collingwood getting a bit of a move on now. 3 goals, 1-1 goal. A minute 43 left in the half. Is there enough time for either team to score? Pendlebury boots it forwards. It's got to be a mark here. It is. Dane Beams got a quick short kick, but he goes sideways, and that's ending the half. So Collingwood 19, Port 6. It's a 13-point ball game at half time. Let's have a look at these major ball winners. 9 inside 50s to 3, 9 hitouts to none.
They just need to
Taylor Adams is the major ball winner with Scott Pendlebury, and Dane Beams has 3. DeGoey has 2 goals, Varco has 1.
Only 2 to go.
And they have all Port major ball winners have 3 disposals. So probably Pendlebury, Grundy and DeGoey is the top 3 at the moment.
Players back on the field to begin the second.
Ball is bounced. Grundy and Lysette go up and Grundy wins it. Taps it to himself and then he kicks it forward. DeGoey takes the mark on the 50. Does he have the legs to kick it? I think he's going for it. So he's going for his 3rd goal here. And it's not going to make the distance. It's marked in the goal square by Ben Reid. So Collingwood should go 3 goals up here. And Port are looking really... Yeah, Port are on the ropes here. They're in trouble.
Collingwood have 3 in a row. The margin is 19.
He knew that was home as soon as the Magpies have actually turned it over more than...
So Port's horrible start to the season seems to be continuing here. Kicked out of the centre by a Port player. Didn't know who it was. Tom Langdon takes the mark. He goes short to Brody Myercheck, who's been taking the rucks for Collingwood since Grundy come out of the... pushing the back against Jeremy Howe. He loves going for a fly, but since Grundy came out of the ruck, Myercheck seems to be taking them. Handballed down the wing, turnover, Port gets it. Rockcliffe 1-on-1 against whoever number 11 is. It's Dane Beams.
Collingwood have the lead, but they're allowed
He kicks forward.
inside 50.
Ryan Burton takes the intercept mark. He kicks it back. It's a 2-on-2 here. 4 players out on the wing, 2 from each side. It's just turning over after turnover here. Port now have the numbers. Brad Ebert can't get a good kick away. Rosie, I should say, fucking takes the mark. I'm losing my mind here. I'm actually fucking losing it. My brain isn't working today. Taylor Adams takes a mark on the wing. 6 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Port want to get a move on. Taylor Adams isn't going to give them the chance. It's out in the full.
Adams kicks it out of bounds on the full.
A mark to Ryan Burton on the wing. So they got to start. They'll need at least 1 goal. At least 1 goal this quarter, and they just don't seem to be moving it at all. Here's some handball work, and they just managed to pick out a Collingwood player. It's turned over. Ball spills. It's 3-on-1 here. Or maybe it wasn't. Or maybe I just don't know who's who. Jumbers, the Guernseys are too similar. It's a ball up. Handballed out. Port have numbers again. Kick forward. There's no one in the 50. They're going to get a good bounce. It's not. It's a point. Rosie can't put a goal closer to Collingwood. They're 3 goals down here. Oh, and Jordan Rufford's run it straight out of bounds on the full. So Port have another chance to get a goal as the siren goes for the end of the 3rd. Even a point here will bring it inside 3 goals, which would be handy. Takes his time, lines up, and he's hit the post. Jake Piscini. So this kid, I think it's that kid that was taken in the rookie draft and probably won't actually get a real game anytime soon, but he's been given a really good rating in AFL Evolution 2, so he's like their fullback. Anyway, 17 points the difference at 3/4 time.
Let's analyse the stats.
It's not all over yet, but with 1 hit out and half the inside 50s as Collingwood, you'd think Port
Thanks, Gary.
up shit creek without a paddle, or pushing shit uphill, whatever you want to say. It's not a good situation to be in. I'd much rather out of the 2 teams be in Collingwood's position right now. Kicked forward by Grundy. There's players everywhere, but Jordan DeGoey gets wrapped up for a ball up. I don't know who won it, but it went slightly Port's way. Ball spills out. Ball just keeps popping out. There's Port players everywhere and they end up with it. Kicked forward. No one in Port's half. It's a foot race back toward goal. Who gets there first? A Collingwood player. He picks it up, breaks a tackle, boots it out. It's a 2-on-2 and a mark to Adam Treloar. Somehow it's turned over, but it's a push in the back against Sam Powell-Pepper. So Collingwood escaped that one. That was big. Pushing it back against Hamish Harlett as well. So they're trying to fly here and they're just not taking the marks. I think Varco kicks to just outside 50 where Tom Phillips takes the mark. He kicks it inside 50. It spills in front of the pack, crumbed by Adam Treloar, who bangs it through for a goal. And I think that just about does it. I don't think Port has, 4 goals in them to come back from this. They've kicked one for the whole match, so they really have to get their asses into gear if they're any chance of coming back here. Good news for Port is that Grundy's no longer in the ruck. Bad news is Mychek's still taller than Rosie, so the ball goes forward. Port rebound quickly. Kick it. Again, it's a one-on-one. Jack Watts can't take the mark. Ball spills to the ground. Who's that kicked it? It's Justin Westhoff. 9 minutes to go, and it's a 4-goal game. Well, 3-goal game, sorry. Rosie actually won that tap, but it still goes down to, I think, Pendlebury, who boots it forward. Port have to do all the work from the back line, but they can't. It's run over the line by Jamie Elliott, and now it's exactly 18 points, so it's actually a handy point for Collingwood. Might mean they draw instead of lose if Port do get those 3 goals. Kicked out by Jake Passini, straight to Dane Beams. He's going to take a shot from just outside 50. I think he'll probably centre it instead. 6.5 to go. He's burnt some valuable minutes off the clock here for Port. That's perfect. Brad Ebert breaks free and then handballs straight back to Taylor Adams, who turns around and puts it through. So that's the end of the game now. No way Port's coming back from this. It's 4 goals the difference with 5 minutes to go. Well, Port win the clearance. Boot it forward. Westhoff will be there. He can't get the mark though. Enough players for Robbie Gray to get back, and he's made it a 3-goal game again. That took him less than a minute, or did it take him a minute and a half? I'm not sure, but they're gonna have to hurry up anyway. Tap won by Collingwood. Good tackle, but yeah, that's killed some valuable time off the clock. Mychek handball taps it down. Brad Ebert soccers it forward. Treloar gets tackled by Ebert, spills loose. It's soccered forward again, but the time is ticking. Robbie Gray picks it up, kicks and misses. With 42 seconds to go, it's a 17-point ball game. So it well and truly is all over now. But Robbie Gray is just trying to make it look nicer than it was. Collingwood go straight down the ground. They don't care if they don't mark the ball, which they don't. Port got the ball back. Jack Watts gets tackled before he can kick it, and Collingwood win. So Port have now lost 4 on the trot. AFL Evolution 2 hates them. I think there's 2 teams that have lost every game in AFL Evolution 2 that won round 1, and that's Port and Sydney. Alright, so let's have a look at...
It was great to be here.
Well, yeah, got smashed in the hit-outs, and that's because they played Rosie and Ruck most game, which they keep doing, and that's why they keep losing as well, by the way. Rosie's not that tall. Travis Boak with 7 disposals might sneak into the best on ground. Robbie Gray looked alright in the last quarter. I know that the winner of the game doesn't necessarily get the votes, so that's why I'm looking at the Port players first. Taylor Adams is going to get best on ground though. Yeah, Taylor Adams best on ground. Maybe Jordan DeGoey will get 3rd, and then Travis Boak will get 1st, and then 2nd. So yeah, Taylor Evans first, Travis Boak second, then either Jordan De Goey or Robbie Gray. I don't know. So I was right about Treloar, but they've actually gone the way that they should have gone, which is De Goey and Dame Beams, which would make sense if this was, you know, real life. So yeah, they've actually gone with the expected votes, which is unusual for this game. Anyway, guys, that will be the end of it. Join me for the next game. Hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you guys